0, 1.
Let's get started.
Why they stopping me?
Bye, crypto bro.
What's going on, crypto world? It's that guy again, Ball Deep Crypto, coming at you with the little AFR, a frame piece. We're gonna get into it here. First things first, Ball Deep Crypto is not a financial advisor. He's just a guy talking to his computer about what he's doing and what he's interested in. What you do with your money is your decision. This is not financial advice. That being said, let's get into it. Obviously, we're talking about Afreum here, AFR. The MirrorHub says we're excited to announce that Afreum is partnering with the MirrorHub and the MirrorHub Stellar Roadshow to onboard individuals into the Build on Stellar ecosystem. Every wallet onboarded gets 2,500 AFR tokens. You know what, AFR, send me some tokens. Shoot, I'll take as much as you want to send to me. Just let me know. I'm on X. Up to 700 wallets across our sessions. This is more than onboarding. It's real value and real adoption. From learning at Stellar.org and building D-apps to earning and accessing global opportunities, this partnership lights the path for a new wave of blockchain builders and believers in Africa. Big news, as you can see, the partnerships here, showing it obviously where they're going to be heading to down here on October the 4th, October the 11th, and October the 18th. So there we don't know. So there we go. Obviously, like we like to do around here, let's dive a little deeper. How MirrorHub benefits Afreum. Let's see. Obviously, we know Afreum is a decentralized financial ecosystem built on the Stellar blockchain. Shout out to Stellar, designed for financial inclusion in Africa. It targets the continent's 600 million unbanked adults, as we've talked about on previous videos. Go watch them if you haven't. There's some good information in them. You know, just dig. By offering low-cost services like payments, remittances, savings, loans, staking, and real-world asset tokenization, they do a little bit of everything. I'm a big fan of AFR, Afreum. Agriculture, real estate, and fiat currencies. Now, it's powered by dual tokens, the AFR utility and the AFRX, which is the governance coin. Afreum enables global access to African investment opportunities, unlocking an estimated 50 to 75 trillion in untapped potential. This is a huge opportunity, as I say in my previous videos. Love, love, love it. Now, obviously, MirrorHub directly benefits Afreum through strategic partnerships. The user onboarding and adoption is up to 700 new Stellar wallets are being onboarded, each receiving 2,500 AFR tokens as an incentive. This rapidly expands Afreum's user base, encouraging immediate engagement with its DeFi tools, staking for up to 100% APY plus 5% bonus, or saving for 10 to 15% APY. Beautiful thing. Obviously, education and ecosystem integration. The sessions educate participants on Afreum's role in Stellar, positioning it as a gateway for unbanked Africans to tokenized assets and cross-border payments. This builds long-term loyalty and reduces barriers to entry. Community and visibility boost. By tying into MirrorHub's SCF-backed events, Afreum gains exposure to broader Web3 audience in Africa, accelerating real adoption beyond token airdrops. Overall, this partnership transformed MirrorHub from an educator into a direct growth engine for Afreum, aligning with its mission to bridge traditional finance and DeFi for Africa's 1.2 billion people. And like we've talked about before, Africa is very heavy as far as mobile phone centric and everything else. And obviously that's how they want to bridge finances and move money around via cell phone adoption. So this is a very, very big opportunity in Africa, and it's a very young country as well with a lot of natural resources. So shout out to Afreum, big fan of this. Shout out to Stellar. Again, Africa, Latin America, Asia, bruh. Who else in the Stellar ecosystem benefits? Of course, you've got developers and builders. Obviously, workshops teach DApp development on Stellar. It fosters a new wave of African builders who can contribute to projects like anchors, on and off ramps, or DeFi protocols. This increases innovation and reduces reliance on Western-centric talent pools. users and unbanked communities. Onboarded individuals can gain access to Stellar's 300,000 plus global on and off ramps for fiat stable assets, enabling remittances and investments without high fees critical for Africa's remittance-dependent economies. 50 billion plus annually in Africa that they're paying in remittances, and some of those are high stakes regions where they pay a lot more than the typical 6 to 7 to 8% on every 100, So big opportunity here. Other projects and anchors, obviously with increased activity, boost liquidity for Stellar-based assets. Tokenized fiat are RWAs from projects like MoneyGram or Franklin Templeton Partners. The ecosystem players like Lobster wallets are vibrant payments, see higher transaction volumes in TVL. Obviously, the Stellar Foundation and SCF, as a grant recipient, MirrorHub amplifies SCF's goal of quadric funding for community-driven growth, drawing more donations and to sustain similar initiatives. In essence, MirrorHub acts as a force multiplier for Stellar's focus on emerging markets, benefiting anyone leveraging its decentralized, inclusive infrastructure. We know how Stellar wants to do it. They want to bank the unbanked. They want to tackle the remittance problem. They want to be the plumbing. They want to be the money provider for hard-to-reach regions and person-to-person, wallet-to-wallet, cell phone to cell phone. That's why they have so many anchors and off-ramps. Come on now. Come on, Stellar. XLM. Afreum AFR. That's all you need to know. For Afreum, we've got direct token distribution. This is where we just talked about that. You got new users are incentivized to stake or save AFR, potentially adding 10K to 50K in initial TVL. This could generate 1K to 5K in annual staking rewards for Afreum's protocol while increasing AFR demand and reducing sell pressure. Now, the long-term value creation, onboarding drives RWA tokenization. We got the African real estate and agriculture, potentially unlocking 1 million plus in asset inflows over 1,000 active users over 1 to 2 years via the global investments. Now, if this partnership contributes to a 10 to 20% market cap uplift from 11.6 million to 13.9 to 14 million, that's 2.3 to 2.4 million in added token value. Broader adoption could amplify AFR 1,772% historical growth trajectory. Now, ways it occurs via protocol fees on 0.1 to 1% on transactions and remittances. Obviously, that saves a ton. Staking incentives and governance participation. Now, for the Stellar, obviously, 700 new wallets could generate 5,000 to 10,000 initial transactions. Obviously, scaled across SCF events, this adds 50K to 100K annually in network activity. Indirect economic lift could be higher adoption in Africa, boosts Stellar's TVL. Of course, we love to hear that. TVL, Sorabon, Blend, Agua, let's go, by 1 to 2% short term. Attracting more anchors and partners. Long term, it supports Stellar's 2 trillion plus cross-border payments market share with partnerships like MasterCard enhancing verified interactions and stable coin flows. So this is obviously good for the ecosystem as a whole. Obviously, the way it occurs is minimal direct fees to Stellar, which is an inflationary model, but amplified through the ecosystem grants. Increased XLM demand for gas and swaps, of course. We know XLM's deflationary, and every time it's used or anything is used on the Stellar network, it is cost an XLM fee. Burn, baby, burn. And RW inflows that solidify Stellar as Africa's DeFi hub. I love to hear that. You already know I'm on the Kool-Aid with Stellar. I'm a big fan of AFR and Afreum. That's all I got in this video right here. Just wanted to drop it, give you a little bit on it. I appreciate you being here. Time is money, and you're spending that time here. So hopefully you got some value out of that time. Hope each and every one of you have a good day. And like I always say, chase a check. Never chase a bitch.